Yeah.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Happy Hanukkah. You move over. You're so far over there.
Hi, how you
Hey,
doing?
Charlotte.
Oh, there you are. Let me get.
Good to
Hi,
see you.
Charlotte. Good
Haven't
to
seen
see you
in a long
too.
time. Wonderful.
I know. And now with the new strain, it's hit Maryland.
Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, we're not going anywhere.
Well, neither am I.
I'm going crazy. I mean, I have a new dog. I got some jigsaw puzzles, and Marvin and I are going to go online to take some classes somewhere.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
get
yeah.
busy.
Yeah,
There's
I mean,
plenty you can do, especially with Zoom and everything else. Plenty of
Yeah.
activity.
well, I still teach because I Skype my students,
Sure.
and yeah, and so I Skype with my students, but we don't know a class yet, but we're gonna, because Al Kleiman gave us the name of.
Yeah, there are
the
plenty of
Google
places
course.
online to take classes. You don't even have to be restricted to
over.
this area. You can take classes in New York and
Anywhere.
in
Well, there's
Boston.
a woman across the way that's taking classes, but you have to move over. That's taking Bible classes in New York.
Sure.
And,
Right.
yeah.
My mother-in-law,
moved this year,
my
but he didn't
mother-in-law
move
still
over.
takes her classes that she used to take in New York.
You're off
Yeah.
the camera. I'm trying to censor him, so he's
Yeah.
on the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see you now.
All right, fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Shabbat
just,
shalom.
Shabbat
I'm just at a
shalom.
point where I'd like to get out, or see what the styles are. You know.
Right.
Hi, Dennis.
Dennis, how are you?
I just miss seeing people.
That's
I
a
mean,
nod.
my
That's a
son
nod.
Fine, we're doing
and his
fine.
wife have been quarantined.
Well, we had close to 100 people outside the shul last night for our menorah lighting, which was really nice.
lovely.
Yeah, Charlotte was there.
absolutely lovely. It was lovely.
Yeah.
Hadn't been out for a long time, and I really enjoyed being with the congregation. It was lovely.
Yeah.
And the weather was nice. A little bit of a
It
sprinkle
was.
at the beginning, but it was nice.
Well, my son and his wife came over because it's going to be my birthday, and they just got their booster shot today, so they were afraid that if they had side effects, so they wanted to celebrate it yesterday. You're
Yeah.
off.
Well, happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
When's your birthday, Delia?
Sunday,
Uh-huh.
but they're convinced. It's funny. I have a student that asked me. She said, "Have you turned 40 yet?" And I said,
She's her favorite student.
Well,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Well, and she said to me, it was kind of funny. She goes, "How do you have a daughter that's like 44, and you're only about 40?"
Right.
Hasn't
Magic.
figured that out yet. She's
Yeah.
working on it.
That's a sharp kid.
Right.
But it is kind of, not going through a store, not even knowing what the styles are, not being able to go places and, see anyone.
Everybody's different. Everybody's safety
Well, Marvin's
and comfort
grandson,
level is different.
he got married last month, and his grandson. And what happened is when Phil sent out the invitations, he said, if you haven't had the shot, please do not come.
Right.
And about
A lot of
50
people are doing
people.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they had to move the tables, except we haven't been near anyone, but when they did the horror, of course, everyone's.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Marvin said to me,
Everything is forgotten.
Right.
We do the horror.
"Hey, Julian,
So how many people attended the wedding?
I don't
About
know."
200.
Oh, wow.
But they
That's a lot
moved
of
everybody
people.
aside, and part of it was outside until the front came through. Julian, I have a coin book I found,
Wow,
like almost all my pennies from 1909.
you're not
I've
gonna
gotta
you're
bring it.
not gonna retire, but I mean, bring me the coins, I'll buy them.
I'm only missing the 1955 double stamp and the 1909. It's a
SVD.
real one. Yeah, I have a VDB and an S, but not the SVDB.
Well, yeah, that's not a bad collection. You're still about $2,500 short of a complete set, but what you have is worth hundreds of dollars.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go. 1909.
No,
That's pretty
If
good.
you don't want it, or actually save it for
I
your.
want to go run and look at my pennies.
Yeah, I have one of the first mercury dimes that came out. One point I was collecting coins.
Huh.
Yeah. I have a mercury dime.
I think
that's-
I think you should continue the collection today.
Actually, I have the books. What I used to do now is go to the bank with 100 pennies. And like every couple of days, I would bring my 100 pennies back and get another bag. Or you get it in
my
change, but I think all the good coins are gone.
Yeah, we used to get $50 bags from the bank and go through them and then bring them back. They weren't happy with us.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah. It came down there on the manhunt for the parents of that kid. It just dropped down for that boy that did the shooting at the high school. The
Yeah.
parents fled. And
Oh.
it just dropped down that there's a manhunt all over.
Oh
the country.
my.
And the
Oh.
father
Yeah.
bought the gun for him 4
Right.
days earlier. The
Yes.
mother took him out to show him how to shoot. And the day before, he put a paper, he was drawing
Yeah, he
dead
said,
people
help
in
me.
blood.
He said,
Yeah.
help
And they
me.
helped him.
And then
And
that
they helped
morning
him.
in school, they wanted him to leave to get
Right.
help, and the parents insisted he stay.
Right. Right.
They
But-
actually helped him do the
But now
shooting.
they're looking to get the parents. It's interesting how one child can ruin the parents' lives, and
Yeah.
they're looking at
They
jail
don't have to be
time.
shooters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you don't,
Well, what kind of parents
Terrible.
are they to do that? Look at the example they were
Right.
setting. They
Right.
I
said,
know.
go do it. They practically
Yeah.
did it.
Well, the father, he wanted to, and the father got him the gun, and the mother took him out shooting.
Terrible.
Just
Terrible.
saying, it was a
It's
family
like
operation.
at Newtown, the kid had about 40 or 50 guns, and they knew he had problems and conditions, and have to be
It's a-
grateful
it's a
for what
sick-
we have,
it's a
though.
sick- It's a sick family. That's what it is. They're all
Terrible.
sick.
Well, tis a sick family indeed.
That's exactly it. And meanwhile, other people had to pay the price. That's the problem.
Right.
And they
Right.
deserve whatever they get because of what they did.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel so too.
I
know.
feel terrible.
Well, Newtown, especially all those little children, or the guy driving the car. It's like we're just happy in one hand, just staying here, worrying, about what these threats, what's going to happen.
You never know.
We don't get anywhere.
You never
And
know
now-
what kind of that's going to come around.
I know. Well, I used to teach in the schools, and it bothered me having to do. They would just when I left, they were starting we did lockdowns for fire and
Mhm.
active shooter, but now they're doing active shooter drills. And there are things that you can buy in the sporting good. It's like something bulletproof that you put in the back of backpacks. So if there's a shooter, you lean over and pull it up,
Mm.
and it's in the backpack. It's something that you put in there.
Mhm. Mhm.
There's got a burst over here. United States Marshals are joining the hunt
Yeah.
for the
Uh-huh.
parents.
Good.
What a mess. What
You know,
a
you
mess.
send the kids to school, you hope that they'll be safe and sound.
I'm
Right.
in
That's
despair
right.
for my country at this point.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
Well, it's the young
Good job,
kids
us all.
now. It's all the
job.
young kids, 14 to 18. One of the places I used to teach was Rica, which was an inpatient facility, and kids were put there by the courts, but they all knew when they got out, their records, even murderers were there. Once they got out and they turned 18 or 21, the records were erased,
Mhm. Mhm.
and there's no penalty. There were two kids that
Scared me.
killed somebody in California. They had
Yeah.
just murdered someone before that, and one got away with nothing. And the
Did you
other had
email
to
her?
swear,
Text
an ankle monitor.
The cleaning girl.
Yeah,
So to change the subject, it's
Yeah.
happy
let's do it.
Hanukkah, everybody.
Yeah, it's good.
And we'll get started in a few minutes, but it's good to see everyone tonight. Happy Hanukkah, good Shabbos. It's also a new month. So we got extra things to add in the Amida tonight to reflect all those special occasions.
And in 3 weeks, the days start getting longer again.
Yes, yes.
That'll be nice.
We had a nice time last night. It was a nice little crowd there.
It was nice. It was
Love-
nice.
Just lovely. It was like old times again.
Yeah.
Nice.
People posted some pictures on Facebook too, so that was.
Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah, Wendy did.
Right, right. Yeah.
I don't think things will get back to normal. I think we have a new normal. Like even if I fly, not them going anywhere, I'm gonna wear a mask all the time. You know,
Yeah,
social distancing things. I think we've changed as far as that's concerned.
yeah,
Google announced today, oh, do you have me on mute?
yeah. No, we hear you,
Google
Jack.
announced today that they are not bringing people back to the office indefinitely. They were supposed to go back as of January 10th.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
my
They announced that
daughter-in-law.
so others are going to fall right behind them.
Yeah,
right.
my daughter-in-law was supposed to, she works for ARP as a writer. She was supposed to start back January 3rd. Now it's indefinitely. She's working from home.
Right,
And so she said now the earliest will probably be March.
yep.
Yeah, well,
There's gonna be a lot of
I
commercial
weigh
real
in
estate
to get that
downtown that's gonna
email
be
I sent
empty.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right,
Not that I care.
right. No, but that, it's an issue. That's definitely an
right.
issue, the office buildings and
Yeah.
restaurants and,
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
surprised that the market didn't go down anymore yesterday with jobless reports.
unbelievable.
jobs.
It went down a lot today, but it came back only down
Came
6
back.
points at the end.
Yeah, 60 points at the end. It was down
Yeah.
about 300.
Right, right.
But we've been getting, we haven't gone out in a couple years, but we get Max Shalom's delivers. And they have
Right.
the best fried chicken. So we've been getting a lot.
Yeah.
And then I got something yesterday. It said, we haven't seen you back, you know, ordering for your fried chicken. I was giving a
Right.
Skype lesson. So I called up.
And
Smart
and
business.
not only that, my nephew benefits.
Yes.
And
Yes, that's
Instacart
right.
will do your
Keep it in the
shopping for you.
family there.
Instacart.
Right.
I understand that Donald Trump has had to sell the old post office building hotel.
Yeah.
He's only going to make $100 million on
Only,
the
that's
sale.
right. That's
It's
right.
all poor
It's really a
thing.
shame.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
have
my
to take a
heart bleeds.
collection for him.
Yeah.
Well, Julie's here.
Hey,
Hey, Al.
Oh, yeah.
Al, I got your email that you
You
sent
did get
me.
it.
Yeah,
Very good.
yeah.
All
By
right.
the way,
Shabbat
someone was in your class, Joe McCallion was in your archaeology class with you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've taken some of the archaeology classes. there.
Yeah,
They're very interesting.
yeah, I want to do that and go on the
did you
digging.
get that email from State Farm? Okay. I don't need to worry about it. then.
Shabbat Shalom. Happy Hanukkah, everybody. Waiting to see Judy Singleton there, Jules Fink's daughter, to see video, to see what kind of background he
Now
has.
he
There
has-
it is.
We're still happy Hanukkah.
There's the Happy Hanukkah background. That's good.
Rabbi, those candles don't seem to be burning very.
That's right. I know that. Dude, it's like those prank birthday candles that you blow out and they light back up again.
And there are 8 of them lit. There are 8 of them too.
No.
Yeah.
Take a look. It's the
Yeah.
Shalosh
We
plus
were blocking
6.
that part of it.
Oh,
I
no,
have this-
yours down with
Jules, just a picture. Mine's just a picture too, but I have a
Yeah.
different picture for every night of Hanukkah.
Oh, for goodness sakes, to keep up to date.
Well, I have to. You know,
Next year, we'll have a different one for every night. Sorry.
there you go. Okay, so I'm setting the bar high for you, Judy. Yeah. Almost ready to start.
Oh, Sharon, I like your dog.
I have 2 dogs
Hi,
there.
Lizzie.
There's another
Aw.
dog there.
Let's see, mine is on the floor by my feet.
She's sort of starting on Sunday at 8:30.
Hey, Sylvia.
All
How
right.
is it down there? How is it where you are?
Absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you so very much.
All right. Well, with that note, absolutely gorgeous in Florida. I'm going to mute all and wish everybody Shabbat Shalom and happy Hanukkah and a happy new month. Also, the new month of Tevet, 2 days of Rosh Chodesh, tonight through Sunday. So we'll begin our service, Kabbalat Shabbat, in the red, Lev Shalem, we're on page 10. In the blue, Sim Shalom, we're on page 14. Yedi nefesh av harachaman mishoch avdach el retzonach yarutz avdach kemo ayal yishtachave mul hadarach Ki erav lo yedidutach minofet suf vechol tam hadur nae ziv haolam nafshi cholat ahavatach Ana el narifana la beharot la noam zivach az titchazek vetitrape vehayetalach shivchat olam Vatigemu rachamecha vechusna al beino havach ki ze kama nichsaf lirot betiferet Uzach ana eli machmad libi chushana ve'al titalam higalena ufros chaviv alai et sukat shelomach Ta'ir eretz mikvodach Nagila v'nismecha bach Maher ahuv kiva moed V'choneni ki me'olam La 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 L'chuneranen al Adonai nari aletzur yishenu nekad mafanav betoda bizmirot nari alo nekad mafanav betoda bizmirot nari alo ki agadol Adonai melch gadol kol Elohim Shabbat Mecharei Aretz Vafodim Lo Ki Hu Eloheinu V'Nachnu Otov Tzaniado Arba'im Shana Kut Bedor V'Amar Am To'ei Levavheim V'Heim Lo Yadu Derachai Asher Nishpati Ve'api Imivavun el menuchati. 13 and Lev Shalem, 16 and Sim Shalom. Shiru ladonai shir chadash, shiru ladonai kol haaretz, shiru ladonai baruch shemo, basru miyom leyom yeshuato, sapru vagoyim kevodo bechol ha'amim nifleotav ki gadol Adonai umehulal meod norahu al kol Elohim ay ki kol Elohe ha'amim elilim va'adonai shamayim asa hod v'hadar lefanav oz v'tiferet b'mikdasho havu ladonai mishpachot amim havu ladonai kavavos havu ladonai kevod shemo seu mincha uvo lachatzrotav yishtachavu ladonai behadrat kodesh chilu mipanav kol haaretz imru vagoyim Adonai malach aftikon tevel bal timot yadin amim b'meisharim yismechu hashamayim v'tagel haaretz hiram hayam umlo yalo sadai v'chol asher bo ay az yiranenu kol atzeyar lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz yishpot tevel betzedek ve'amim be'emunato lalai 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 lie, 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 lie. Adonai malach tagel haaretz yismechu im rabim anan vavel svilav. Yevoshu kol defesel hamitalim belilim. Ohave Adonai sin ura shomer nafshot chasidav miad reshaim yatzileim or zaru alat tzadik uli shreilev simcha simchu tzadikim badonai v'hodu lezecher kodsho mizmor shiru ladonai shir chadash ki niflot asa hoshia lo yemino uzero akodsho hodia Adonai Yeshuato leinei hagoyim gilatzid kato zachar chasto ve'emunato Leveit Israel ra'u cholaf se'aretz et Yeshuat Eloheinu hariu ladonai kol haaretz pitchu ve'ranenu ve'zameru zamru ladonai bechinor ve'kol zimra v'chatzotzot ve'kol shofar Hariu lifnei hamelech Adonai Yiram hayam umlo tevel ve'yoshveva naharot imcha uchaf yachad harim yeranenu lifnei Adonai kiva Kiva lishpot haaretz, yishpot tevel betzedek, veyamim b'meisharim. Lai 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 lai. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Adonai malach igazu amim. Yoshev kruvim tanu taretz. Anay metzion gadol. Moshe v'Aaron kohen Shema Perishmo Karim Adonai v'yanim. Penokim alalilotam. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lahar kodsho. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lahar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romamu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romamu. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lahar kodsho. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lahar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romamu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. We continue on page 21 in the red, Lev Shalem, 20 in the blue, Sim Shalom. We rise if we can. Mizmor leDavid, havu l'Adonai b'nei Elim, havu l'Adonai kavod ba'os, havu l'Adonai kevod shemo, ishtachavu l'Adonai behadrat kodesh, kol Adonai al hamayim el hakavod hirim, Adonai al Mayim Rabim, Kol Adonai Ba'koach, Kol Adonai Behadar, Kol Adonai Shaver Arazim, Vayeshaber Adonai Et Arzei Alvanon, Vayarkidem Kemo Egel Levanon, Vesiryon Kemoven Re'emim, Kol Adonai Chotsev Lavotesh, Kol Adonai Yachil Adonai Midbar Kadesh, Kol Adonai Yachol El Ayalot, Vayechasof Ye'arot Uvehechalo, Kulo Omer Kavod, Kulo Omer Kavod, Adonai Lamabul Yashav, Vayeshev Adonai Melech Leolam, Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitain, Adonai Yevarech et Amo Vashalom. May be seated. We continue with Lachadodi in the red, 23 to 25, in the blue, 21 and 22. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor vezachor bedibur echad, ishmianu elam yuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad, l'shem u'tiferet ve'litila. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mekor habracha. מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה, קומי צאי מתוך ההפכה, רב לך שבט בימי קבחה, והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, התנערי מעפר קומי, לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי, על יד בן ישי בית הלחמי, קרבה אל נפשי גאלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, התעוררי, התעוררי, קיבה אורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לא תבושי ולא תקלמי, מה תשתוכחי ומה תהמי, בך יחסו עניי עמי, ונבנתה עיר אל תילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, והיו למשיסה שוסייך, ורחקו כל מבלעייך, יסיס עלייך אלוהייך, כמסוס חתן על כלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, ימין ושמאל תפרוצי, ואת אדוני תריצי, על יד איש בן פרצי, ונשמחה ונגילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. I'm going to try this for Hanukkah. בואי ושלום עטרת בלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. May be seated. I thought it would be too much to do all of Lecha Dodi to Ma'oz Sur, but so maybe the one stanza would have been enough. We continue 27 and 28 in the red, 23 in the blue. Mizmor shir leyom hashabat tov lehodod ladonai ulezamer leshimcha elyon ulezamer leshimcha elyon lehagid baboker chastecha ve'emunatecha baleilot alei asor v'alei navel alei higayon bechinor mizmor shir leyom hashabat tov lehodot ladonai ulezamer leshimcha elyon ulezamer leshimcha elyon ki samachtan yadonai before lecha b'masedecha amen. Ki nevecha Adonai, ki nevecha yovedu. Tzadikata ma'ifah kevavon shkes kevavon. Od yenuvon beseva, teshenim verananim yiyu lehagid. Ki ashar Adonai tzuri velo avlatabo Adonai malach yilavei shavei shanayos yilazot again. Mikol my rabbi madu mishvei amadu. Eidotecha nemnu meod leveit chana v'kodesh Adonai leorech yamim la 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 la. Mourners and those observing Yartzeit, rise for Kaddish, found on page 30 in the red Lev Shalem, 24 in the blue Sim Shalom. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, v'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agalav izman karivim ru amen, yehei shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam ol ne'ol maya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha b'richu la'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen Yehei shloma rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen Oseh shalom v'imromav v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. We continue now with our study of Pirkei Avot. We turn to the back of our Sidurim, 245 in the red Lev Shalem, or 266 in the blue Sim Shalom. We are looking at statements from Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa. And this is the last of three statements in which it follows the pattern. If you do this, then you'll do that. But if you don't do this, then you don't do that. That's the pattern. So here, you'll see the spirituality behind this one. So we're on the bottom of 245 in the red, chapter 3, number 13, or we're on the second one in the blue Siddur, the second paragraph, chapter 3, number 13. So Hu Haya Omer, he used to say, and that is Hanina ben Dosa, Kol sheruach habriot nocha hemenu, ruach hamakom nocha hemenu. So this is translated, because the Hebrew is a little bit awkward, one with whom people are pleased. The divine spirit is pleased. That's how the red translates it. The blue, when one pleases one fellow creatures, God is pleased. So each one is, are people pleased with us, or are we pleasing other people? So I think what the Hebrew is trying to get across is that if we enjoy being with people, that is, that we are trying, that our goal in life is trying to make peace with people around us, then God will make peace with us. That, in other words, if we go the extra step to try to be nice to people, to be kind and compassionate to people, that's the idea. Ruach habriot, so the spirit of creation, the spirit of creatures, God's creatures, nocha, it's like present in us. It's like it's not like we shy away from people. It's not like we are hermits. It's not like we're nasty and we just want have a terrible demeanor. Rather, it's the opposite. Like we're always have a smile on our face, always trying to be nice to other people, then God will be nice to us and will have a pleasant demeanor with us. And then the opposite, v'chol she'ein ruach habriot nochaim anu, when we are nasty or when we shy away from people, when we are not nice to people, ein ruach hamakom nochaim anu, then God isn't nice to us. So I think it's a beautiful kind of idea that the commentary points this out as well. That one might think that one can seek spirituality and one can get closer to God if we take ourselves away from the world and hide in a cave, or go to a monastery, or go on a silent retreat somewhere in nature, just all by ourselves, communing with God by ourselves. And what Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa is pointing out, and because it's in Pirkei Avot, it's part of Jewish tradition too, it's the opposite. There's no such thing as a monastery in Jewish tradition. The best way to find God is with other people. And the more that we are with other people and understand that for the way the world to work best is for us to be kind to one another, then the more we see that and do that, the more God will be present with us. So I think that's it's a simple thought, but it's a profound thought as well, that God is found in community. And when community is kind, when there is social justice, when there is equity, when there is love and harmony and peace, then God is even more present and readily accessible.
Jonah,
Yes, Julian.
so do you get anything out of the fact that the word creatures is used rather than man or human or something like that?
I think that that's an important point there, briot as opposed to bnei adam. So in rabbinic literature, I think people, just humanity in general, is called briot. So that it's an egalitarian, non-sexist term. And it's possible you can extend it to birds and animals and fish. But for the most part in rabbinic literature, it's about people. The term is used for people. So that not just Jewish people, all people. So that could be a point to make. This is an attitude we're supposed to have to all people, not just to the Jewish people. Okay. All right. So now we turn back in our Sidurim, and mourners and those observing yard sites rise for this special Kaddish after studying from rabbinic literature, and that is Kaddish de Rabbanan, found on page 38 in the red, or 27 in the blue Sidur. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah v'alma divrach irutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayachon of yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael v'agala v'zman kariv imru amen Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam ol me'ol maya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei v'yithadar v'yitale v'yitalal shemei dekudesha b'richu La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen al Yisrael v'al Rabbanan v'al Talmidehon v'al kol Talmidehon v'al kol man de'oskin b'oraita di v'atra hadein v'di v'chol atar v'atar Yehei lahon elachon shlama rabbah China v'chista v'rachamin v'chayin arichin umezona revicha ufor kana min kadam avuhon divishmaya v'imru amen Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim tovim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen Oseh shalom b'imromav u'brachamav yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. We all rise now for Baruch Hu on the next page. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamavorach. Baruch Adonai Hamavorach Leolam Vaed. May be seated. Baruch atah Adonai Melech Olam. Shever Rama V'Elohim B'Chol Ma'B'Tei Shavim. B'Chlevet HaZmanim HaSurim. Ma'avir Yom Mevi Laila. Mavdil Ben Yom Vein Laila. Adonai Tzavot Shemo. El Chai V'Kayam. Tamidim L'Chaleinu Leolam Vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Hamari Varavim. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Havta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadeta Al Kein Adonai Eloheinu B'shochveinu v'kumeinu Nasiach bechukecha V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha u'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu u'vahem negeh yomam v'layla v'avatcha Al tasir mimenu li'olamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Olam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, B'chol levavecha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha Ukashartam leot al yadecha, v'hayu totafot bein einecha, uchetavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uvisharecha v'hayam. Shemati shmosotay Hashem. Something very low. That's by Yom Adonai Elohechem Emet V'Mena Kol Zov V'Kayam Aleinu. We're on 43 and on to 44 in the red, 32 in the blue. Umalchuta beratzon kiblu aleihem Moshe u'Miriam u'vnei Yisrael achanu shira v'simcha rabba v'yamru chulam mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh nora tehilot osef ele malchutcha ra'u v'necha Yam lifnei Moshe, Zeli anu v'yamru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, v'nemar kifad Adonai et Yaakov, u'galo miyad chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Gal Yisrael. I asked Diane to read for us the English translation of Hashkivenu, page 45 in the red, 33 in the blue. She's doing so in memory of her mother. She has her mother's yard site tonight and tomorrow. Go ahead, Diane.
Allow us, Adonai, our God, to sleep peacefully. Awaken us to life. O Sovereign, spread over us your canopy of peace. Restore us with your good counsel, and save us for the sake of your name. Shield us. Remove from us enemies, pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings. For you, God, watch over and deliver us. And you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace, now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people Israel, and over Jerusalem.
Thank you, Diane. May your
My pleasure.
mother's memory always be a source of blessing and comfort for you, and may it feel like she spreads the canopy of peace over you. Ushmor tzeiteinu voeinu l'chaim u'l'shalom me'atav yad olam ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha baruch atah Adonai hapores sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. Next page, we rise if we can for Vishamru. Vishameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat La'asot et ha-Shabbat L'dorotam berit olam Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam Ki sheishet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim v'et ha'aretz uvayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah V'yamad divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei V'chayechon uv'yomechon Uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael Bagala, bagala, uvizman kariv, v'imeru, amen. Yeshmei Rabba mevorach, le'olam olo me'ol ma'yadi. Yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yipar, v'yitraman, v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei dekudesha berichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata tamiran b'alma v'imeru. Amen. We read the Amida 47 to 52 in the red, 35 to 38 in the blue. We include the paragraphs, two paragraphs, one for Rosh Chodesh and one for Hanukkah. In the red, follow the page direction to find that prayer for Hanukkah. It's not right here in the Amida. You have to turn to another place in the Siddur to get it. As we conclude our private prayers, we continue on page 53 in the red, 47 in the blue. Vayechulu hashamayim va'aretz v'chol tzva'am vayechal Elohim bayom hashvi'i melachto asher asa vayishpot bayom hashvi'i mikom melachto asher asa vayevarech Elohim et yom hashvi'i vaykadesh oto ki vo shava mikom melachto asher bara Elohim lasot. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elokei Avoteinu Elokei Avraham Elokei Yitzchak v'Elokei Yaakov Elokei Sarah Elokei Rivka Elokei Rachel Elokei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanora El Elyon Konei Shamayim v'Aretz Magen Avot b'Devaro Mechaye Meitim b'Mamaro Ha'el HaKadosh Ein Kamo Hameniach Le'amo B'Yom Shabbat Kodsho Kivam Ratza Le'haniach Lahem Kivam Ratza Le'haniach Lahem Lefanav Navod B'Yirav V'Fachad V'Nodeh Lishmo B'Chol Yom Tamid Me'on HaBrachot El HaHodaot Adon HaShalom Mekadesh HaShabbat U'Mevarech Shavi U'Meiniach B'Kedusha Le'amedu Shnei Oneg Zecher L'Maseh V'Reshit Eloheinu v'Elokei Avoteinu Ritzei v'Menuchatenu Kadshenu b'mitzvotecha v'tein chalkeinu b'toratecha Sabeinu mituvecha v'samcheinu b'shuatecha v'taher libeinu lovdecha be'emet v'anchilenu Adonai Eloheinu b'yahava v'ratzon shabbat kodshecha v'yanuchu v'Yisrael mekadeshei shemecha Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat Yitkadav Yikadash Shemei Rabbah V'yalmad Yivrach Yirutev Yamlich Malchutei B'chayachon V'yamechon Uv'chayei D'chol Beit Yisrael Ba'galav Yizman Kariv Yimaru Amen Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam Elam Me'olmaya Yibarach V'Shabach V'Par V'Tomar V'Naseh V'Hadar V'Taleh V'Talal Shmei D'Kudusha B'Richu Le'ela Mikol Birchata V'Shirata Tushbachata V'Nechamata Damiran Be'alma V'Yimaru Amen Tikabel Tzlahan V'Han D'Chol Yisrael Kadam Avon D'Vishmaya V'Yimaru Amen Yehei Shlom Rabba Min Shemai V'Chaim Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'Yimaru Amen Oseh Shalom Bin Rama V'Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'Yimaru Amen. Excuse me, I asked the Lanskys to lead us in Kiddush, 55 in the red, 49 in the blue. Take it away, Lanskys.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kadsho b'ahavav ratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reshit Ki hu yom techila l'mikra'ei kodesh zecher l'tziad Mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta v'otanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kadshecha v'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen. Yasher Koach Lanskys, thanks for leading us. We continue with Aleinu, 56 in the red, 51 in the blue. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol ate gedula le'otzer breshit shelo asane gegoyei haratzot velo samanu kimishbachot adama shelo sam chelkenu kahem V'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shehu Noteh Shemar V'Sebav V'etz, V'Shav Gavur Shemar Okay, Nikareh Lecha Elohim. Ki HaMalchut Shelcha Hi, U'La'al Me'atim Loch Bechavod, Ka'katuv B'Toratecha, V'na'im Loch Le'olam Va'ed, V'nemar V'haya Adonai L'melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Mourner's Kaddish, 58 in the red, 52 in the blue. Yit Gadal, V'yit Kadash, Shemei Rabbah, V'yalma Divrach, Yirutei V'yamlich Malchutei, V'chayachon V'yomechon, V'chayed Ochol Beit Yisrael, V'agalav Izman Karivim Ru Amen, Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach, Le'olam Ol Me'ol Maya, Yitbarach V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitromam, V'yitnaseh, V'yithadar, v'yitalev, v'yitalal, shemei dekudesha, brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlomo rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imramav, v'yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Just a couple of announcements before we conclude. Thank you to Diane and to the Lanskys for participating in the service this evening. Tomorrow morning, we're at the service is at 9:30 as usual, in person, Zoom, or watching. We will have the unusual occurrence of 3 Torah scrolls being taken out of the Ark for the weekly Shabbat reading, one for Rosh Chodesh and one for Hanukkah. Rita Rubenstein will be chanting the Haftarah. It's according to the Jewish calendar, it's her birthday. She'll be celebrating her 85th birthday tomorrow. So that'll be lovely. Shabbos is over a little bit before 5:30, so we'll have evening service, followed by Havdalah, followed by lighting candles, followed by another music video to share for Hanukkah. That's tomorrow evening at 5:30. Sunday morning, we have Minyan is going to be at 8:30 instead of 8:45 because it's the second day of Rosh Chodesh, so extra things in the service. We have Talmud class, prayer book, Hebrew class, and then we have a special treat, Hanukkah sing-along at 11:30 in the shul with our music teacher, happens to be the music director of one of the a cappella groups at University of Maryland, and a different a cappella group at University of Maryland is going to sing and perform for us Sunday morning, 11:30, and then we'll have refreshments afterwards. So we'll look forward to that on Sunday. We conclude the service with Yigdal, 62 in the red, 53 in the blue. Yigdal Elohim Chai ve'yishtabach nimtza v'yenei tel mitziuto echad v'yen yachid keyichudo ne'lam v'gam ein sof le'achduto ein lo demut haguf v'yeino guf lo na'aroch elav kedushato kadmon l'chol davar asher nivra Rishon v'yein reshit l'reshito Hino Adon Olam v'chol notzar Yoreh gedulato u'malchuto Shefan v'uato netano El anshe segulato v'tifarto Lo kam b'Yisrael kemo she'od Naviu ma'abit et emunato Toratem et natan le'amoel Al Yad Nevi'o Neman Beito Lo yachalifael velo yamir dato leolamim lezulato tzofeh v'yodea setarenu. Mabit l'sov davar bekadmato. Gomer li'ish chesed kemifalo. Noten l'rasha ra kerishato. Yishrach l'ketz yamin meshichenu. Lifto mechake ketz yeshuato. Meitim mechayel berov chasto. Baruch adei ad shem tehilato. Neitim Yechayel Berov Chasto Baruch Adei Ad Shem Tehilato. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Chodesh Tov, a good month to everybody, and happy Hanukkah.
Good Shabbos.
Shalom.
Shabbat
Shabbat
shalom.
shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom,
Shalom.
everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
Take care, everybody. Have a good night. Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah.